I will give you all a taste of my sound studio. Let's see. This is the location I usually go to. Marysville, Michigan. Got a nice, beautiful island across. Flowing water of Lake Huron. I haven't cleaned my van out in a little while. This is a Dodge Caravan. There's where I put my garbage. This is where my instrument is contained in. This is the Mr. Heater that I light up that actually doesn't emit, carbon dioxide, so I don't die in this van. It has two safety switches that if somehow there is a leak, it'll shut off. And if it gets tipped over, it will turn itself off too, which is done many times. Even sometimes when I haven't wanted it to. Noise dampening headphones. Bluetooth speaker. This is really good to have. You can charge fast charge or slow charge from the two USB ports. It's got a flashlight. It's got a button flashlight there, also for signaling SOS. And this, in case if your battery gets so bad, you can still hit this, and that's the charge port. It will actually jumpstart your car for you. This is where I usually keep my propane all year round because propane doesn't have a freezing point, and in Michigan the summers don't get to 140, so I don't have to worry about those combusting. I've been doing this for just about 4 years. That's my manual air compressor. Because you know, people are like, oh, why don't you get a electric air compressor? Because I would be keeping it primarily in my van in cold winter, and it could lose a charge. So this is a very powerful one that I actually had a flat one time, and as the air was draining out of my tire, it started to lower the van so I couldn't get jacked up. I hooked this thing up to it, began pumping, and I could put air in faster than what was being leaked out of the tire. So I pumped up my tire on one side, my van on one side, and I got the jack underneath it. Music collection, but let's light this baby up. Okay, gotta set the camera down. Propane, awesome. You always want to shake it up because it has two things that are mixed in the can. If they're not mixed properly, well then this can lose, it will stop being lit. Let's see, okay, let's hook you up. Now this is hooked up with the canister on the side. Once this baby starts going, it's like, this rivals saunas. I could potentially stain my van naked if I wanted with this thing constantly running. Now it's been a little bit stubborn. There we go, got a flame. Now, yes, the hissing sound, all that, those little holes in there, the ceramic, are going to emit a little bit of propane. This is going to light up. Hear the hissing? And now, I better not hold this too close because it could melt the lens. Now you're starting to see. See it light up a little? There we go. I use the zoom so that I don't have to risk damaging my camera lens because of how hot this gets. Those are all really, really tiny little flames. They can't get out of control because of the way the ceramic grating is designed. There. Now it's really cool when it really starts going automatically. You might not be able to see it, but there's a little tiny white film forming on the window because of condensation from the heat from here. Zoom in, from the heat from there, fighting against the cold on the outside of the van. Now, either way. I also have a thermal fridge that usually fits in between here. I move this stuff. Fits in between here, and it has an extension cord that goes to the power outlet there. I use an inverter so it doesn't burn it out. Now, let's assemble the bagpipe. I have to set my camera down. Let's get you out. And here it is. I said here it is as in stay upright there. Synthetic reeds, pipe chanter, right here. That's where the reed goes. Adapter, that. You can just blow. Now, I gotta set the camera down. Let's break out the reeds. I have a bunch of them I've acquired. It's interesting, the way I acquired these reeds was to actually, I ordered 2 practice goose bagpipe, they're called practice goose bags for, you know, for a bagpipe chanter. And it kept coming with these reeds, with miscellaneous plastic reeds. What's really interesting is that these reeds can go 2 octaves. So here's all my reeds. Well, the ones that lasted, that is. And they can all go 2 octaves. They have 1 octave, and then they have a 2nd octave. Technically, they say they're for practice chanters, but this is a Uilleann Pipe Chanter for an Irish set of bagpipes. And if you hook them into here, like I'll hook one in right now, they will, gotta set the camera down, they will actually, if they're made just right, they're kind of like a super reed that will actually do both octaves. It's really interesting. Okay. The first one, I color them certain colors to distinguish which ones are sharper and which ones are more of a mild sound. Stick it in the Uilleann Pipe Chanter. It's really cool. Now what's going to happen, stuck the adapter together, so now with all the sound holes, it looks like that. Now, hopefully I can set this camera up so that it gets me. I've had some purists say that, like, no, it has to be traditional cane, can't be mouth blown, but, well, then why is it? That's low D, high D, 2nd octave. That was me. Hasn't warmed up yet, but as you can see, perfectly in tune. 2nd octave. And these reeds, these synthetic reeds, they all came with, not all of these, but like, they send 3 with these, when I'd order a practice goose bag, and it was for hooking up your bagpipe practice chanter. It came with these reeds, which are basically super reeds. They work in bagpipe practice chanters and in a professional full chanter. It's actually pretty. That's my phone going off. But so it's actually pretty cool. And what's interesting, all the music that you have heard played on my channel that sounds just like the high quality bagpipes that are used in the movies, this is what made that. These synthetic reeds for this Uilleann Pipe Chanter are what made that music. So, you know, you're gonna cross purists, and you know, I understand. You know, they want to preserve the craft, but it's almost like there's a prejudice against synthetic reeds. But they aren't easy to make. But if they're made right, you can actually basically play it a mouth blown instead of be limited by a cane reed. They have all the strengths and none of the weaknesses. You know, if they get wet, they're plastic. Plastic, you know, plastic doesn't absorb moisture. So, I just think that's really amazing. But yep, this is my sound studio, back of my minivan, and it's really cool. These blankets, so that's basically, I have a couch. Some Tylenol in case I get any migraines or headaches, and yep, basic little Dodge Caravan. Now it's really pumping out the heat. That's awesome. And look, it's beautiful out. It's beautiful. See, I told ya. See that white film? That's just condensation. It's getting nice in here. It's like 22 degrees out. Wearing my coat. I'll be able to take this off like right now because it's warm and toasty in here. This is always just beautiful. I love playing down here. It's close too. You can see Canada, islands in between. Oh, oops, not. I said the islands in between, not the minivan. Yeah. Oh yeah. So that's what I do. Because I rent and they have a rule you can't have really loud things. But yep. That's where all the music from my channel has been made on, except for the penny whistles, which I use, which they're really nice. Those have been made on, where's the other one? Heck, those have been made on these. Acorn whistle in D, Clark whistle in D, Clark sweet tone whistle in C, and I don't think I've made one on my B flat Generations whistle yet. I'm about to upload a track of that called Maggie's Waltz. But yeah.